Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Of course, my name is Blitzwinger, and welcome on back to another Minimates video. Today, I'm super duper pumped to bring you guys some Guardians of the Galaxy Minimates. This is a brand new release from Diamond Select Toys. Now, I actually picked this up, so as always, I will always be upfront with you guys, whether or not it's a review copy, or if I actually picked it up myself, but I still want to give them a shout out because they're absolutely awesome. So check out Diamond Select Toys for, obviously, lots and lots of Minimates news and goodies, along with a whole bunch of other cool products that they make. So this is, of course, the triple pack of Groot and Rocket, and of course Drax. So basically majority of the Guardians are here. Now I just need to pick up the Star-Lord set and the Gamora set. But speaking of which, on the back right here we can see those same very sets that I just mentioned. So we've got this really kind of creepy looking Star-Lord. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but there's just something like really obscure looking to him. Like, he's like, yeah, look at me. Like, he looks like some sort of like, I don't know, like a clothing model or something like that. Like, you know, just that expression is just really, really funny looking. But he comes along with Ronan, which is really cool looking. I really like this Minimate, looking really, really sweet. And then, of course, we also have a set with Gamora and the Nova Corps soldier, or Centurion. And then, of course, there's also the Sakaar Trooper, who looks very, very freaky, and Nebula, which is super duper cool. So again, you can see a really cool roster of characters is available for pickup. But, of course, we also get a little bit of a write-up right here for both of the characters that are in this same set, which is Drax. Since his wife and child were killed, the man known as the Destroyer had been on a rampage across the galaxy in a search for vengeance. And then for Rocket and Groot, they get the same exact little bio, or they share a bio, I guess. A sentient ambulatory, is that how you pronounce that word? Tree person with a limited vocabulary. Groot is the personal muscle of Rocket Raccoon, an experienced thief and prison escapee. So, with all that being said, let's go on ahead and get this set opened up and take a look at all the Minimates inside, shall we, guys? Alrighty, guys, so there's the set out of package, but before we get to the Minimates themselves, of course, as always, we get the really, really cool poster inside, which looks super duper stylish. I love that Deadpool. He looks absolutely awesome. A lot of people actually pointed out that they really like the Daredevil right there, so that's kind of interesting. I mean, I've spotted him before, and he does look cool, but I never kind of paid too much attention to him. I also really like this Moon Knight. He looks quite menacing as well. But of course, on the back, we get the nice little Spider-Man comic there, and another really cool, I guess, recently released set, which is Minimates Series number 56, which was, of course, a tie-in with the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I really love that Fire Hydrant Spidey. I kind of want to pick that up. That looks really, really sweet. So if I ever see that, I will definitely snag that up and do a review for you guys. And look at that really, really creepy looking Green Goblin there. That looks quite menacing as well. So with all that being said, now let's take a look at the set we have on hand today. So let's kick things off with, of course, the little Rocket. So first of all, I love the fact that they tried to kind of make these figures in scale. So obviously Groot is probably a little bit taller than what he is even portrayed here as, because, I mean, if we compare him to Drax, they're very, very similar in height. Of course, in the film, I remember Drax was quite big. He was bigger than Star-Lord, so that makes sense, but it doesn't make sense in terms of course, Groot should be even taller, but I think they did a really great job of trying to make him taller without obviously making this price point unattainable. Now, one thing that's a little bit of a downer is the Rocket that we get. It's really cool that he's in here. He's almost kind of like, I guess, should be treated as an accessory to Groot, which is kind of weird, I guess, but he does look Minimates-esque in terms of his design and everything. You will definitely see that, but unfortunately, he doesn't have any form of articulation, so he's basically just a stationary little minifigure like this, and you can kind of just plot him down, and that's all you're gonna really get out of him. But with that being said, I do have to say he does look pretty well done for what he is. Like, he does have his little suit design together there. His blaster is quite well detailed. Look at that. I mean, a lot of really cool sculpt work there. And all in all, I'm definitely happy to still get him in here, because usually, I mean, if you think about it, typically, like if you saw the other sets like Gamora and the Nova Centurion, I mean, that's really the set. It's 2 Minimates. Here we're getting 3 characters, so it's kind of cool to at least have a Rocket Minimate available. So I think it would be cool to have a more kind of intricate release, a more Minimate-esque release, so maybe give him like more accessories or something like that, and make him just a smaller Minimate, but still make him articulated. I think that would be really cool, but I think that this is a really, really cool compromise for now. So, with that being said, let's move on to then Drax. So here's Drax the Destroyer, of course, looking quite cool as well. You can see an amazing amount of work on the chest there in terms of obviously like the tattoos and everything like that looks super duper cool. The arms have the tattoos, the head right there has the tattoos, and you'll notice some really intricate detail work in these tattoos. It's just super duper well done. I'm really impressed by how they're able to consistently get such a clean print on these. Like, it just blows my mind that they don't have any paint leaks and that it looks so clean. Like, it doesn't look like it's a mess of stuff. It actually does look quite intricate. I mean, I'd love to get my camera to be able to focus on it, but it's just a little too difficult because of the scale. But you will see, I mean, like, there's a little skull right there or whatever it is. I mean, it just looks absolutely insanely well detailed, so that's quite cool. Obviously, you will see that he kind of looks very bulky. That's the idea behind kind of making him obviously very muscular, and that is accomplished through an actual torso piece being put on here, so you can remove it. Let me try to at least. Okay, there we go. And you'll end up with that, which kind of looks awkward. So I think that the piece is a little bit big. Like, it definitely looks a little too big. I don't think he was quite that muscular, at least in my personal opinion. But it's cool that they try to pull off the look by adding this kind of extra piece. You'll also notice that I have him holding his two accessories, which are these really sweet daggers. So you can obviously go ahead and take down the Sakran forces with those. Some really cool detail work even on the actual daggers right there, so that's pretty cool. And I even really like how the handle is not your traditional looking handle. There's some really cool detail work there as well. So all in all, Mr. Drax here is definitely cool looking. One of the least liked, I think, Guardians of the bunch. I think him and Gamora get the least amount of love. I think Rocket and Groot are the most popular, then it's Star-Lord, and then probably Drax, followed by Gamora. So hopefully the next film will be able to fix that and make these characters that much cooler for all of us to enjoy. And then, of course, let's move on to I Am Groot. Groot himself is looking quite stylish. Still keeps all of his traditional Minimates articulation, so obviously that is something that is also available on Drax. The rotation there, the bend, the twist at the waist there. The ability to kick forwards, back, bend at the knee quite well, even splay out a little bit, so that's quite cool. And the rotation, actually, does he not have a rotation at the ankle? Oh no, he does. There it goes. Sorry, it was just a little bit tight there, but it does rotate around. Now, one thing that is a little bit weird on him is that the peg hole here is a little bit too small. The peg hole is too big for the peg itself, so when you put him on there, he's kind of loose, and you really have to kind of press it in if you want to make sure that he doesn't fall out. So just keep that in mind, and don't be worried if the stand constantly falls off. There's no issue there. Plus, because you see, like, for example, now I picked him up and the stand just stayed down there. Because his legs are so flat-footed, he's just fine standing there on his own, so he doesn't even need the stand. He's one of those Minimates that can perfectly stand without a stand, which that was a lot of the word stand in that sentence. But again, super duper cool print work right here. You will notice really, really well done on the hands here, on the arms coming through. Some interesting design work right there. Super duper well done to kind of create the perception of a tree, obviously. I love how his hands are sculpted in. Really, really cool. It would have been nice to get an alternate hand with the kind of the glowing design. That would be kind of sweet. Maybe that will be something that they could do in the future. One thing that I will point out about him, I really like the overall sculpt work on the head. It's pretty cool indeed. But one thing that I don't particularly like is the actual print work on the face. I think that it looks a little bit too old. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but to me, he looks a little bit like kind of like a more wise Groot, like a Groot that has been already through many wars, through many galactic adventures, and this is kind of a more wise looking Groot. Like, to me, he doesn't look quite as youthful and energetic as he did in the film. That could be just my perception, but that's just personally how I feel. But all in all, sorry, I think this is a fantastic set. I'm super duper happy that I picked it up. I'm super duper happy that this was the first one that I picked up. Again, just because most of the other sets seem like they had like 2 or 3 of them, but this one, there's only 1 left. So it kind of shows you that this is quite a popular set, of course, having 2 of the fan favorites in the form of Groot and Rocket. Very, very, very cool set right here. Super duper glad to pick it up and cannot wait to pick up the rest of the Guardians in Minimate form. But with all that being said, guys, there you have it. That is another Minimate set review for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. That really does help me out a ton. Share the videos with your family and friends. Favorite the videos as well. And of course, I will catch you folks next time. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later, alligators. Bye-bye, guys.